change now. Hey, traveler.
Look at that.
Welcome back to Amateur Hour. Group Action Roll. In this particular session, we are going to go back a few years. Not too far. A couple years before the second accord. Aboard the Crimson Dragon as it cuts south from the Norvale Sea. Her sails full, her hull riding heavy. It's not a raid. It's not a chase. Not one of those glorious, stupid stories Gene Bugsman crew would later exaggerate over time in a tavern. This is a very simple charter. The kind of work the Dreadnought fleet had fought hard to make possible. Safe passage, paid escort, proof that the Varkos Isles were no longer just a name mothers whispered when ships failed to come home. The payer, as was so often the case, with expensive money anyway, remained unnamed. Now the route began near the garden and then bent along the coast, just along the sea of stormbound fury, or the fury to the sailors who knew better. At each stop, more passengers came aboard. Some were tourists, bright-eyed, overdressed, eager to see the Varkos Isles and tell everyone back home that they traveled safely from the old pirate waters. But others were quiet, much, much quieter. They seemed to stay huddled together beneath plain blankets and borrowed cloaks, displaced, frightened. They watched over by modestly dressed Dracona representatives who spoke gently, handled the paperwork, answered all the questions before the passengers had to. No one on deck knew much about them other than they were refugees, and they rarely looked comfortable. A lot of people kept to themselves. And among the tourists, one smaller figure who watched more than others spoke. M had chosen their place carefully, close enough to listen, but far enough to be forgettable, as the Crimson Dragon made its last main stop at Eldwin Hollow, and from there she turned towards the broken necklace of islands southwest of the Middle Isle, where the reef rose pale beneath blue water, and most charts became more suggestive than just truth. And we're going to welcome to the table. I'm going to bring you all to the table, but just so that I can see if I messed anything up. Maybe. I guess we're going to do this by hand. Hello, friends. So on board the Crimson Dragon during this charter, we have M. And we have Geen. As the sails are full, your good friend Frogger Crockwell comes up to you and says,
Captain Bugman, you're right on schedule. The passengers seem okay except for the group in the corner. Would everyone be going with us to Jukarn? Or just...
Aye, friend. I appear so. I shall extend these passengers some hospitality.
Mm.
How is the rest of the passengers? Everybody seem okay?
Yeah, the tourists look like they're having just the greatest of times. And you know the refugees, the Drakarn keep everyone pretty calm and pretty stable, but they've paid in full as well, which is always a pleasure. This is like our 5th or 6th charter run to Drakarn since they opened their borders.
Indeed. Well, make sure as always to make the stories as lively as possible. Make up a few twists and turns if need be. Give them the money's worth as I friendly nudge him and laugh.
Yeah,
wholeheartedly.
Only the stalest of bread for our passengers.
His tongue lashes out just to wipe his eye.
Very good. I was thinking by swinging by the Trident. You think Tantar wouldn't mind?
Well, I think it's on the way. The reef is coming up right ahead.
Most excellent. Thank you for your work, as always, my friend.
Yeah, of course, Captain.
He's gonna... As he hops away, you're left on the bow of your ship. See air breezing through your wings and through your hair. Spotlight is to you.
I take in the breeze with a bright smile on my face. I take a friendly step forward to the uncertainty passengers, and I say, "Greetings." And I take off my hat and do a bow. I am Captain Bugman. Pleasure to have you aboard the Crimson Dragon. Has everything been to your liking? Would you like to see more of what our waters have to offer? Or fresh wine, as we enjoy this fair weather?
You see a couple very well-dressed fauns sort of standing there with a chalice of wine, like something they clearly brought from home themselves. And the one says,
Well, yes, I was hoping to see some pirating, if I could. I know that's really what you are known for, is it not?
As my bounty posters in other islands suggest, indeed. However, you noticed, do you have any, privateering contracts in mind, fair
Oh,
friend?
oh, good God, no. I would never do that sort of thing. I was really just hoping that I could just, it's somewhat of a fantasy of mine is to be a pirate and swashbuckle.
Absolutely, sir.
This one knows what I'm talking about.
and
For a fair price, I will allow you to use the ship's fire-breathing cannon on the front of the bow.
Oh, how many gold will it take?
About 200, and pay the bowsman up there.
Outstanding. Let me get my purse.
as they prance away back under the ship, leaving you with just a pale goblin, hood up. Sage, in what place do we find M aboard this ship?
I think M is actually near like the edge of the ship. Being very small is on their utmost tippy toes, trying to look, just peering down into the water as the ship goes by, clearly almost looking for something, like looking in the water, looking around where they're moving, and also like taking within their cloak, clearly looking down at a map that they're holding kind of out of sight within their cloak.
And as the bow begins to rock, you notice that the wind is starting to pick up a little bit more than you were anticipating. You see some passengers are like, the one who just ran to get their purse is like,
Oh, dearest me. I think I'm going to be sick.
just hanging onto the rail over the side of the Crimson Dragon.
If you feel like getting sick, make sure you do it with the wind.
Are you sure your frog friend said against the wind?
Don't believe everything my frog friend says. He likes to laugh.
As this spray of sick just flies off as he turns his head and just arcs across the way and splatters on the deck.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Rogar, escort the gentleman to the helm, please.
Yeah, to the helm. Are you sure?
Oh, sorry, to the bow. To the bow.
Okay, yes, come with me. It's not that easy to get there.
As they kind of scamper off.
I don't bother with the mess. In fact, I carefully approach the curious goblin peering into the ocean. The ocean has a lot to offer us. A lot of secrets to hold. Sometimes when I peer into the depths, I often think of what might peer back. As I slowly approach M.
Oh, you're the captain. Yeah, actually, and I'm going to actually take the map from my cloak, turn it around. Well, I guess I'm just gonna hold up the back of it facing him. And depicted on this map is, on the other side of this map is an illustration of a very large and intricate looking trident. And I'm gonna show this to Geen as I'm like looking up at him. Kind of holding on to the side of the ships as it's like moving. I'm so small, I'm just like everywhere. I'm gonna say, you don't, I was told by someone that you might, know what this is.
Geen immediately has a sparkle in his eye, and he says, yes, this is a relic made by Baku Stonehands. Craftsman merfolk who just took it upon himself to take the Empire's destruction and try to reunite them. This relic is simply called the Kingdom's Keeper, and it is on our way. And I shall make sure we can drop anchor to admire it.
So, yeah, you see, I'm not, how do I say this? I've heard that it's been that several have tried to retrieve this particular trident to no success. Would you perhaps know anything about those attempts?
As you say this, from behind Geen, you hear these loud footsteps. And behind him, there's this turtle giant hybrid who just says,
Captain, I heard you want to alter course.
Yes, friend. for the amusement of our higher paying customers, of course, and our new friend. We
Aye.
seem to be curious about magics, as are we, aren't we?
Yeah, indeed. Is that a good idea with all these refugees on board the ship, Captain?
We can serve a quiet lunch if, depending on the fair winds.
Yeah. Lunch will fix everything. Okay.
And you hear as he walks away.
Note to Ghost, I love the crew.
You made him, man. I'm just...
I know, you just brought him to life. I get it. I love it.
So as, some time lapses and you all are just having the conversation, the ship has altered course and is going. It was very close to the region you were hoping to go to anyway. So Spotlight is back to you.
So I quickly draw mostly start the conversation with M with, you know how, or the original story of this?
I don't know that much about it.
Oh. Ghost, approximately how close are we to this reef?
You want it in nautical miles or in time?
Time.
Okay, let's say you are...
I know I gave you land miles to describe an object off sea, but that was just to give you a rough guesstimate of where it was.
Yes, that was 4 kilometers off of the island, which I converted
Correct.
into 2 sea miles because of... I don't know. You are not far
That's
away
not too
from
bad.
it. You're quickly approaching it. You are not up
Okay.
on it yet. Maybe in the distance you can kind of see... Actually, here's a great idea. Roll me an instinct to perceive, and let's figure it out.
I like that. Huzzah.
Huzzah!
But at any rate, I like to gather our best storyteller, which is probably, I'll leave that up to Ghost discretion out of my hand. Who is the best storyteller? Mm-hmm. Rogar? Alright, so do you mind summarizing or changing up some of the text that I sent you? Alright, so you said a instinct?
Instinct. Yep, instinct to perceive.
Most excellent. 7 with fear.
7 with fear. Outstanding. I'm not gonna take that fear because we're in a flashback. I feel like that would be cheating, right?
Do it for Toleron.
do it because Toleron couldn't be here to do it. All right. To write you. Let me take this out of here because it's getting confused here. All right. So as you look about, you don't really see anything familiar. You know, like just from what your crew have told you that this area is near, but it's been such a long time since you've been to this particular reef. You find yourself suddenly directionless. And in that moment, which I realize I say a lot after editing all of these, you feel your stomach begin to churn. Spotlight Steve, for this 1 minute. As your stomach churns, you're gonna lose it. What pirate gets seasick? Geen.
I'm going to flutter my wings and regain my balance in the air and take a deep breath. From one of my pockets, I'll grab my pipe and smoke some aromatic tobacco. Clear my lungs, think of Bobo, and refocus. Then I shall turn my attention to Frogar and sample a storytelling session served with fresh fruit.
All right, so as everyone is gathered around, you see that all of the refugees are still huddled in the corner, but they do have their attention. A lot of them just sitting there with this like frail, blank face, like they've been through so much, and they're being so carefully attended to by their draconian handlers, for lack of a better word. At this point, you realize that, this many years before the Accords, the Emperor Cassian Virel III is still alive. He is the one who opened the borders. He is the one that's offered to take in refugees, and that is presumably who is chartering your boat. They know they're going to a better life, but they've seen such horrors after the shattering. Some of the tourists, however, are swirling their glasses. Such a strange mix on this boat. Swirling their glasses, just listening. You see the one fawn holding his belly, a little wind out of his sails. And Frogar. This is going to be the bane of my existence for the entire saying this guy's name. Frogar Croakswell stands up and he's like, excuse me, everybody, if you could direction here, we have an opportunity to travel to a very special place where there's mystery and magic. Yeah, and pirates, because we're in the pirate ship. Long before the Varicose Isles were known for pirates and free captains and hidden coves and, storm-bound trading routes, there was a radiant oceanic empire that spread across the waters. I can't believe I have to do this whole thing in his voice.
Good choice. You could have been the turtle, but I love it. Please.
It was not just one kingdom, but three. 3 crowns and 3 peoples and 3 powers bound by the sea, the reef and the tide. Their ships crossed the waters freely. Their cities glittered along the coasts, and their fishers knew every current by name. Their priests sang the storm before every voyage, and their craftsmen shaped the coral, pearl, bronze, and star metal into wonders no living smith now remembers. But then, dear travelers, the stars fell from the sky. A starstone crashed into the sea southwest of the Middle Isles. The impact tore open the ocean floor and threw walls of fire across the empire. Coastal cities vanished in a single day. This was very sad. I don't know why you're in the front row, why you're laughing so much. The reef shattered. Marine life died in vast fields. The waters changed colors and the old fishing grounds became poisonous, barren, and strange. They believed that the gods had abandoned them. And abandoned them they probably did. The famine and the chaos that followed the 3 kingdoms turned on one another. The nobles hoarded grain, ships, fresh water, magic, and bloodlines. Very serious stuff. They claimed survival was their divine right. Some became worse than tyrants. They became cannibal lords. Ooh. Feeding on their own people while still wearing crowns. Out of that ruin came a person. Baku stone hands. He was not a noble, he wasn't a king or a priest or a warlord. He was a young craftsman, with hands so strong and scarred that people said stone softened when he touched it. He shaped anchors and gates and spearheads and temple bells and fish hooks. And after the star fell, he shaped coffins as well. But Baku refused to believe that the Empire had died because the sea hated them. He believed it died because people forgot they belonged to one another. Each time he met with people of the sea, his faith was renewed, and soon he forged a great trident. Each prong represented one of the 3 fallen kingdoms, not as they had become, but as they were meant to be. The crown, the hearth, and the keel. People carried them across the water. In the old tale says Baku carried that trident to the edge of the storm and called out to Raziel, god of the tempest. He did not ask for vengeance. He did not ask to be king. He asked for strength to make a broken remember they were once one people. And Raziel, he answered. Some would say. Lightning struck the trident, but Baku did not burn. Thunder entered the metal, and rain fell upward. The sea rose around him like a kneeling army. From that day forward, whenever wave or rain or thunder touched the world, Baku's stone hands was said to be unmatched. And with the trident in hand, Baku rallied the starving, the shipless, the fisher folk, the betrayed, the children of the drowned cities. He did not build an army from soldiers, he built one from survivors. And they marched against the cannibal lords. And do you know how that went for them? You? Do you? Anybody? You in the front row? No?
No, I don't.
Baku broke their fleets in stormwater. He shattered their gates. With the butt of the trident, he drove the crowned monsters from their halls and forced them into the deepest oceans to suffer Raziel's wrath. Where some say they still wait, pale and hungry, beneath waters no sane sailor would cross. But that victory came too late. The old empire was already dying and the waters had changed. The reef no longer fed them, and the cities, they couldn't be rebuilt. The people Baku saved were few, too wounded, and too scattered to become what they once were. I wish there was a better ending to the story. Baku led them one final time to the reef where the star stone had fallen, and that's where he left. We now call that area Baku's grave. He knelt at the edge of the circular wound in the sea and planted the trident into the purulescent sands below, some say. He died of wounds. Some say Raziel took him. Gods, they do that. Some say he refused godhood because there was no one left to protect. But some say he still kneels there below the water, not in worship, but in defeat. The empire ended with him. But the trident, they say, still remains. Every sailor who knows the tale
remembers the lesson of Baku's stone hands.
By the end of this tale, you've noticed that the ship is really, really, really waving now. The wind is much stronger. You're hearing some rain come in, maybe some thunder.
We're vastly quickly approaching Baku's grave, just ahead if you want to get a better look.
And you start to feel the waves begin to swirl and stir and become more and more ruthless against your ship's hull.
Captain, what should we do?
Well, we can't stay for too long. Friend, do you mind if we take a small little detour?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, a little private tour.
Yeah, I think that I would like that. I really would like to get a better look at this trident.
I will laugh crazily and said, better look, I will say, better look we shall. So I tell the rest of the crew, normal course, just do a regular drive-by, don't spend too much time here because the storm. Then, what is your name, friend?
Oh, I'm M.
M. Very nice to meet you. Do you mind if I could pick you up temporarily?
I get why.
For a better look.
And in that
Free of cost.
in that
Free of
moment,
cost.
you hear this loud lightning crash as a bolt of lightning strikes the mast. Wood splinters start to fall and rain upon all of the refugees and the tourists and yourselves as the waters begin to swirl, and you notice that there seems to be this large whirling vortex pushing the Crimson Dragon into this big whirlpool swirling sideways as you fight to maintain some semblance of a course.
With my secondary whistle, not the one that the one that I used to call juice with, I'll sound off to the crew 3 different notes, which is the Storm Hands protocol, meaning if there's anybody on deck that's actually worth money, put them where they in the hole, and then everybody prepare for storm tide measures. Besides M, I'll give M a 50 gold and say, hey, this is for your troubles and your passage, and for your consent of me temporarily picking you up for a better view of this item.
I mean, I don't need this, but I mean, okay, I definitely want that better look.
Well, think of this as a token of good faith and physical representation.
Right. Okay.
All right. So, as we're approaching, I will offer I'll offer every person in the crew or passengers to use the fire loader cannon, since they couldn't see this trident, for tourism. Give them free bottles of alcohol. Appeasement. Keep the tour business alive. Gift baskets, yada yada.
So as everyone is sort of like huddled down into the belly of the ship, and you can see that it's like strangely, like as you're hurtling down, all of the tourists are like, they're running down the stairs of the ship, but all of these refugees are being sort of cattled into this area, very like sullen. As these draconian handlers are sort of like trying to keep them safe and keep them together. And then once they're into the belly of your ship, action needs to be taken. Your ship is currently like sliding sideways across the way. I'm starting a countdown, 1d6. If you die here, we'll figure it out, lore-wise.
You were a ghost the whole time.
That'd be really cool.
You're actually playing your twin brother, Jin.
Jin Boogman.
We can't do that.
All right, spotlights to
I
you.
talk like this. All right. So all hands on deck situation. Tantar the giant is at the rudder.
You see, he's just holding on to the wheel.
So I shout out with this initiative. I also shout out for oars. So everybody's just because it's a longboat. There's obviously oars. Jet.
All right. So as you're shouting out these commands, I need you to roll me a presence roll to see if they're hearing you, if they're understanding you, and if you're commanding them appropriately.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, 7 with hope. I like that.
Take your hope. So as you're shouting out, like, start the rowing, and you're kind of giving these commands, you notice that people, somebody's already starting with the winds. All right. The winds of change, or the winds of fate, are certainly blowing on the deck of the Crimson Dragon. I gotta figure out where I put that. There we go. So no one's really doing anything that you're saying at this point as you're calling out these commands and you're trying to get them to man the oars. Spotlight's still with you.
I fire off my gun. And I grab oars myself. And I loudly shout, all hands!
All right. So as you... And everyone's like, huh? Even cutting through all this, the thunderstorm and everything else, they're like, oh, and they see you starting to row. Everyone else starts grabbing the oars as you have Gray Shell up there, still trying to steer it off.
I kindly ask M loudly, as we come about, I hope you're not afraid of heights, because that's how our private tour starts.
Okay, I'm definitely afraid of heights, though.
Well, we'll figure that out afterwards. Alright, so as we approach and get closer to where I hope...
You're still trying to get some kind of control of your ship. You need to make some kind of a decision as you're trying to control your ship. You need to get control of it, and then you need to figure out where you're going with it. As this big massing vortex that has the Crimson Dragon sideways, almost like it's being flushed down Raziel's toilet.
Delicious. I will roll a navigation, well, at least an instinct.
Instinct to navigate. All right, I like it.
Even if I have to go to the Witch's Rock for safety, which is close to this, I think that's our best bet.
All right. Roll your instinct to navigate, and I will give you advantage based on you have been here before, and this is your ship you are commanding, and you just let off that gunshot that got everyone's attention. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. 13 with hope.
Okay.
Let's go.
Take your hope.
Right on.
All right, so as you're trying to figure out where your bearings are, you kind of see off to the side of the vortex. It feels like it's just this circular region around this reef that you've kind of come to, that where this bad whatever is occurring, this vortex that has you in this downward spiraling whirlpool. But anything outside of that seems like the waters are still and quiet. Above you, you can see the clouds doing the same, this ringed circle above you of dark storm clouds, but just outside of that, billowing out, or just cumulonimbus clouds just pushing out as far as the eye can see. Such a strange occurrence. Em, where are you right now? Did you climb up?
Great question. Yeah, so I did climb up to see if I could get... I mean, I'm terrified. I'm, like, clinging to this thing. But I did climb up to see if I could spot anything that I am looking for.
Okay, roll me an instinct to perceive while you're up there in the crow's nest.
All right, I'm gonna roll physical dice. Oh, I got a 13 with fear.
I'm not going to take that fear because this is a flashback, but I'm going to take it into my heart and keep it there. 13 succeeds. That's a very low DC of 10. So as you're up there looking around, clinging to the rim of this crow's nest because you're just mortified. I'm assuming you're in corporeal form at this point?
Yes.
All right. You see the ship sort of rolling sideways as Gein's down below trying to get control of it. And you can look down towards the bow of the ship, and you see that it's pointing directly at this cylindric hole opening in the reef. And you can see down below this purulescent sand underneath this turquoise water. And in that moment, you believe you see a person, but not a person, an apparition, kneeling in the center of this circle. Describe to me what this person looks like.
I actually think he looks a lot like, I forgot his name from How to Train Your Dragon. This is what I'm imagining he looks like. He's just kind of like this small, narrow, kind of lanky-bodied younger man with just a little bit. I mean, I probably can't see this from like this distance, but just like a crop of dark hair, very nondescript.
And this nondescript, lanky individual is kneeling, looking down upon something broken before his knees. The spotlight's still with you?
So,
Oh, actually, you rolled with fear, didn't you?
I did.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Does 12 hit?
My evasion?
Yeah.
Yes, it's 11.
All right, so as you, while you're up there, jeez. I can't do that when I'm using that for my countdown. So as you're up in the crow's nest, you hear as this lightning just comes out of those cloud, that circle of clouds, strikes down on the crow's nest and hits you for 5 damage, and you fall. Spotlight's to you.
Okay, question. Do you want me to take this damage? Because, I mean, it happened, it happened in the past.
Just write it down, because if you pass away during this, that we will 100% make this canon.
This is how you became a ghost.
No.
That would be so cool.
No, that would be awful.
Trying to bring you back to life in front of all those people.
So you said light. Okay, I'm going to. This is not good. I'd actually like to turn into my ghost form. I'm gonna kind of scale down this perch to the best of my ability.
Oh, you were falling. You were in a
falling.
In a complete fall. As this,
Great.
there's nothing. So this lightning came down and just obliterated this crow's nest with you in it. If you take that damage, you
Okay.
are plummeting towards the deck. You can turn into your ghost form before you hit.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. However, what I would like to do is instead of just like landing or like floating into the deck of this ship, I actually would like to go beneath it and see if I can kind of, in my weird ghostly form, do a weird, like, I would like to kind of swim toward where I can see the trident.
Okay. So as you begin to sort of phase out of existence into your ghost form, and Geen, you see as they're falling, they just right through your deck, and suddenly they're gone. They've disappeared. I hope you gave him the 50 gold already.
I'll take a sip from my flask and be like, okay. So I call for Juice to come aboard and help navigate, using his ability to navigate to help us steer the right direction to a safer place.
Okay. You're gonna use Juice to help. So why don't you roll?
His navigator experience.
Yeah, I seem a little low. Is it because I'm moving around? I'll just give myself a little crank. Thank you.
No, he gave you a fear.
Oh, I thought my volume, because I'm just so used to everything being bad. Thank you, Teacup.
Also, Sage, you got a hope earlier, by the way.
Outstanding. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why it's not letting me roll. Hold on. Alright, I'll just use my dice. So, +2 to the navigator. Fuck me.
Ooh, someone bought loot. A silver loot box. Oof, that's our first loot box.
2 ones.
You rolled 2 ones?
Yeah.
That's outstanding. Critical success. All right, describe to me how Juice helps you navigate to safety, because critical success takes you to 0.
Interesting mechanic. So he helps guide us to the Rock of the Witch's Stone.
Okay.
And it is the perfect time to see at least the opening of the cave entrance.
All right, so you are still in this big vortex, but you know where this location is, even though you normally dare not proceed.
But I also call for M so I can show them the trident as promised and given money to.
All right. Well, so as your ship is still working to right itself, with the help of Geen, with the help of Juice, Geen, you were able to call your crew to get on the oars. You have Gray Shell is out in the back, working the helm, and you begin to right your ship, and you have this moment of choice, a path that diverges. On one path you have the Witch's Stone, a place that you would normally dare not go. And on the other hand, you have this pearlescent reef ahead of you, where you know this trident likely resides. What choice do you make?
I decide if the reef is safe, I go towards the reef.
None of it's really safe. You have to steer out of this big vortex still, but you can do it. You just need to choose which direction to take. Safety, well, that's a different story.
I'll go towards the reef.
All right, so you start to right your ship and steer it kind of downward. You hear people gasping like, "What is he doing?" and screaming around you as the ship begins to turn directly into the center, the eye of this water whirlpool storm, into this pearlescent sands below, and you toss the sails. You start rowing like crazy. You catch the wind. The Crimson Dragon is barreling toward the center, the eye of this storm. He's going to take the spotlight, bring it back to M. M, what are you doing right now?
My goal is to get to the trident from, like, where I fell.
Okay. So you have moved through the water. You've moved through the ship. You are in the reef. And as you float down to the sandy bottom, you look in front of you and you see the reef surrounding this cylindric canyon or chasm almost. These teal green hues of the light breaking through the turquoise water. School of tropical fish in this perfectly calm water. And ahead of you, this apparition of this being kneeling, face down, hands out, holding two pieces of something in their hand. Underwater in the distance, you can't tell if they know you or they know that you're there.
I like to move forward, and instead of just trying to take the two pieces of this trident, I kind of still in my, obviously, like, I can't breathe underwater, like I'm a ghost. It's not like a physical like, oh no.
I'm a ghost.
No, I'm gonna kind of put my hands like kind of under his to kind of just feel like almost like I'm cupping his hands in mine, like I'm helping him hold up this trident, and just for a moment to see if I have any reaction from this apparition.
And as you reach down and cup his hands, these are large, wide hands. Though he has such a slight frame, he is old. He is an old being. Have we established what ancestry he is? Has anyone mentioned?
Who, me?
Anyone?
I assumed that he was like a human or an elf.
Aaron.
He's a dwarf.
He's a dwarf. Perfect. So as you approach him, he is still slight for a dwarf, spending all this time away from the mountain and on the sea, but he has these large mitts, and as your hands cup them, he sort of looks up and
I tried the best I could. It was all for nothing. I couldn't save them. I couldn't save anyone.
Don't make me cry, Ghost.
Maybe you can save them. You can take them to places where I never could. You have to help me, please. Try to help me.
I'm gonna say to this apparition, you know, it's you can let go now. You can let me take this.
We can never let go. The people will never be safe. We cannot let them be to themselves. Someone will come. Someone always comes, and when they come, disaster strikes. We can never.
roll me a presence roll.
Oh, this is so bad. I'm terrified. Okay. Oh, I just like threw my dice somewhere. So I'm gonna use, if it's okay, I'm gonna use my my presence, my experience called I Haunt. And my intention isn't to like scare this being. It's to show him the strength that I have to carry this torch that he's been holding for so long. And using that experience, my roll is actually, it's just a 10.
Okay. In keeping with our DC of 10, that succeeds. Let me ask you this. A 10 with what?
Oh, it's with hope.
Oh, dang it. All right. So great. You describe to me what you say to him that changes his mind.
Your time, it's come and it's past. You must lay down this burden of yours to give it to me. I have the strength now. I have what you no longer have.
But I can't. The people, they'll never be safe. There's always tyranny. There's always someone to fight. They'll never be safe. We must trust the people. The people are more important than ourselves. Whatever plight that we face, we must always do what's right, what's best for them, because they can't fight for themselves. They can't. Will you always fight to do what's right?
Yes. Yes.
And as you say yes, you see his face just relax, and this green hue just fades into the waves, into the turquoise water below. The storm above stops, and you are left with these two broken pieces of this trident. 3 prongs. We're going to take the spotlight, bring it back up to the ship where Geen has righted the ship, turned it directly into the vortex, and as it's still spinning, he's powering towards it. He's almost riding this like a surfboard, just going spiraling downward, keeping control. And just as he reaches the bottom, everything goes away. All of the rough waters, all of the storm, all of the wind, everything is gone. Clear, smooth, turquoise waters, bright, sunny sky. Just as quickly as it came. You hear,
Captain?
as Frogar reaches his head up from below deck.
Are you still alive, Captain?
Aye, friend, aye, friend.
Oh, thank goodness.
Bring our friends from down below. Everything seems to be a-okay.
So as Frogar brings everyone from down below, you see all of the tourist people are like, well, I wasn't scared for a minute. Actually,
oh yes, you are brave, my friend.
Oh yes, that was not pirating, but you still owe me a cannon blast.
Oh yes, everybody. I guide them towards the bow so everybody can shoot the fire thing from the bow or shoot a cannon. Of course, we can do all that. So I'll let the rest of the crew do that. I look around for M. But I take off my coat, and I have, as we approach towards the center part of the reef, I'll just dive into the water.
all right, so
If I can't find M.
So you just jump towards the center, and you start swimming towards the center of where you assume this is. What does he see as he begins swimming towards the center?
I wonder if he can't see me through the water anyway, because I'm so like transparent. And I'm just gonna kind of like float up into the water, just still holding these 2 pieces of a trident, very overcome with emotion. And when I surface, I'm not even really like swimming. I can see him, and I just near him. I'm no longer holding the trident like up as I was floating. Instead of like holding two pieces, and I've already tucked it into a very safe like place inside my cloak underneath the water.
So as you approach one another, do you make your way back to the ship, or are you going to have a conversation while floating?
No.
Geen, can I see her, them?
Yeah, as they like come out of the water, when you meet, you can see them.
Okay. Geen actually wants to go see if he can go to the bottom and grab a handful of sand.
All right, so in passing, you see M sort of floating up as you are swimming downward with much.
I try to do one of these and
much effort as your forearms are. You get down, you reach and you grab a handful of sand as you come back up. M is already waiting for you up on the deck. As
I get to the deck. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
As I get to the deck, I hold the hand of my sand. Sand in my hand, pocket sand. I marvel at his beauty and I smile. So I imagine the rest of the people are shooting cannons and having fun. So I approach M and I see we both have our treasures.
I'm gonna ask Geen, is there some place we can maybe talk in private?
Oh yes, my quarters. No weirdness intended.
Captain, should we continue our course to Drakarn then for the refugees and the?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, we can continue course, everybody.
Oh, Frogar.
Yeah, mm-hmm,
If there's any other of our tourists or naval ships offering goods, stop by for pleasantries. Show them our full extent of their coin, but make haste for Drakarn.
Yeah, absolutely,
sure.
Yeah. These refugees are kind of a drag.
Don't talk about potential customers like that. We have talked about this.
I love their coin, Captain, but they're kind of they just sit there and stare at everybody. It's kind of creepy.
Well, they just sit there and stare at it. Well, Frogar, my friend, you're a wonderful person, but I'm sure they have not seen many of our kind, meaning pirates.
I mean, a lot of them
and
are...
you are a very talented one, as I pat him on the back and say, listen, friend. When we get back in harbor, I'll pay for your next tattoo.
Oh, boy. Thank you, Captain. I really appreciate it.
You pick out the parlor, my friend.
Absolutely. I'm going to get a little pig right here.
Well, you earned that bacon, huh?
He's going to happily pounce away.
Boop. Thank you, Captain. Boop.
And as the ship begins to continue its course, you and M go into your quarters and have your conversation.
So I imagine my quarters to be made out of a darker wood. I have 2 globes. One of them serves as a decanter holder, and the other one legitimate globe. I have a fine desk, and Juice's bed takes up 90% of my office. Because where I make his bug jelly, which is a legitimate thing. And
we established that canonically he is the size of a Volkswagen Bug, so it wouldn't need to be a gigantic bed, right?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Made of the finest silks from plundering.
That he just chews on.
Right. I offer you a very fine guest chair or chaise to sit upon with a finely not carved into table with a few different daggers protruding out of it. With some papers I kind of scatter off and brush onto the floor. Yes, cider, champagne, wine, rum, friend?
Yeah, I'm not really that, much of a drinker. I just I'm gonna hop up. I'm jumping to hop up onto this chair beside his desk. I'm gonna actually start fiddling with one of the daggers that's marked into the desk. And I don't want to go. I just want to make sure. I want to tell Geen about what I saw. I'm going to kind of open my jacket a little bit so he can obviously see the trident that's there. I want to thank him. I'm going to tell him what my encounter was like with the apparition, and that leads me into a. So having that conversation with the apparition reminds me at this place I am in my journey of who I am, what I've set out to do, and who I've become. It reminds me of this kind of warring battle I have inside me. And so I'm going to tell Geen after I explain, what the apparition said, I'm just going to tell Geen, there's, I want to thank you and to give you something that I've learned in my own travels. I want to warn you, there's, wherever you go, you need to be cautious. Very, very cautious of the power of dread. And I'm going to take this little journal, just this very small kind of journal. In this journal is going to be some details about what dread is, what it looks like, what to be cautious of involving dread. Just a little bit of detail, not magical secrets of some sort, but just enough information. And I'm gonna tear out a few of those sheets, the vaguer ones, and hand it over to Geen. This is a token of my thanks.
Wait, what'd you hand me again?
I handed I handed you a few sheets of paper from this journal, and
Right.
On these sheets of paper are details about what dread magic kind of looks like, what to be cautious of, and things to kind of stay away from. Not necessarily
Gotcha.
secrets, just some general kind of knowledge.
Okay. Geen appreciates your gifts of knowledge, for knowledge is one of the many treasures that he hunts for. He is marveled at of this new magic. He shares with you the knowledge of the Witch's Stone, which is in a small little rock that's hidden in an alcove. Is a obsidian pillar. Inside is a petroglyphs depicting what we do not know. However, to the natives, it is a taboo place. And I hand her a map and a piece of obsidian that was chipped off of this obelisk that one of the elders gave me, wrapped in holy cloth. 2M, with the map and tide predictions of this location.
I'm gonna take this stone and this map, kind of put the stone in the map and kind of fold it around, and then tuck it in my just within my cloak that I'm wearing right next to or kind of underneath the dagger that I'm keeping there. Yeah.
Have you indicated to Geen in any way, shape, or form that you have this trident on you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, so Geen hesitates and says, I'm not sure if my guildmaster can allow me to allow you to have such a relic. At least until the natives have seen it for themselves. 'Tis a part of our governance and what we're trying to establish as a nation. Will you think of it as a free vacation for a few weeks? Paid for fully, or we can return it in the same time. Or something of its likeness. That is the best I can, and only thing I can do for you.
I only wish to study it. It is yours if I may do that here.
Oh, friend, of course, yes. And I was... Oh, if that is what you wish, I only hope to give you the experience to share that with our lore keepers on the island and the natives of our people. I believe you'd get along with some of them and some of the magic users and warn them of such magics you warned me about. Don't think of this as a friendly hostage situation. Think of this as a wonderful learning experience.
Im is not really at all perturbed. Just kind of like messing with this dagger on the table as they're having this conversation with you, and just kind of nods along with what you say, takes the trident out and just sets the broken pieces on the top of your desk.
As this conversation continues in your private quarters, day turns to night and back to day. Several nautical miles or kilometers or whatever you want to say, have passed, and you approach this port at Drakarn. Geen, describe to me this port town that you pull into as you begin to make dock.
It's an older town. You can tell by the different foundations of not only the erosion, but of the buildings themselves. They have old character and oddly placed streets. Some of the oil lamps are older and slightly rusty. There are older, significantly older and fallen parts of the dock, and newer reinforced. The old fish hands greet as we pull in, as we sometimes stop here for our new tourist incursion. Some of our crewmen try to make friends at the local docks, especially of the older fishermen.
And as you approach these docks, you see that there is a Drakarnian delegation waiting as you approach. Someone who looks like they are probably important, though you don't know them from anyone else, wearing these black and gold sort of robes. Their scales are a red kind of color, a female Drakarn. There with a bunch of like kind of soldiery looking folks still wearing relatively modest clothing. And as you dock, they start to wave to their handlers that are on your ship with the refugees. And once you are able to disembark, everyone's sort of coming off the ship, filing out. All of your tourists are staying on for the rest of their journey, the way back up. But all of these refugees start to kind of come off, and you see this Drakarn approach you, Geen, and say,
Thank you, Captain Bugman, for bringing these people safely across the Varicose Isles. You do us a great service.
And she hands you this big bag of gold.
As promised.
Na. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Please use our boat anytime for your service. It was a pleasure to my crew. We try to do our best for hospitality and establish great trade with your wonderful nation. As a token of wonderful friendship and, well, in the giving mood, as we've seen it, I snapped my fingers twice and I asked for 2 casks of wine and rum for our wonderful new. As I say, my lord, pray tell, what is your name?
I am no lord. I am merely an archivist here. My name is Nol Vera. It is a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Bugman.
And as they say this, from behind you hear, here's your wine. You could just say it. You don't have to snap your fingers. He turns around.
Sorry, friend.
Captain, we really must be going with these, once we get these refugees off the ship, we should probably go.
You haven't been doing that, friend.
Like, well, they were making their way off, and the Nolvera says, well, again, thank you. We must tend to the refugees. It is a tragedy what has happened over these, the shattering and all of these refugees just needing a place to call home. And our great and noble Emperor Cassian Viral III, he is opening the gates to everybody from all over, and we will see that they are properly taken care of. Come, you little one, come. And as she says this, you turn and you see this older giant woman holding the hand of a young boy as they have their hoods up and as they walk, and they're being ushered out by these Dracona. And you are also standing by Geen, and this boy has a small wooden toy, some sort of a figure that's been carved, and he drops it as they go to disembark.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah, you can pick it up.
What is it, first of all?
Well, as you reach down and you grab it, you notice that it's just this little wood carving. It looks like it could be maybe a furbog figurine. You kind of see the ears a little bit, but it's really kind of hard to tell. It's kind of rough cut. It's like somebody had carved it for him.
I'm gonna pick up this figurine and with my little legs kind of make almost a dash for the little kid, and just say, you dropped this.
As you dash towards them, the handler suddenly looks over in your direction, very alert. But then when he sees what you're doing, he kind of comes down. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I will take that. Thank you. And he grabs the shoulder of the boy, and the boy turns around, and he appears to be this dark-haired, big, starry-eyed, half elf, half furbog boy. And he looks very blankly. He seems distraught, maybe, or just out of it from grief. You're not sure why. And as the Dracona hands the boy the toy, he says, "Okay, say thank you and let's be on our way." And the boy says,
Thank you, and let's be on our way.
"Welcome back to Dracarn, and welcome back to Group Action Roll. I'm here with all my lovely friends for the longest cold open that we've had so far today.
There was nothing cold about that.
It was a warm open.
It was
That was
fire.
a great open.
It was fire.
So
I
much.
can't believe you did that, Ghost.
I didn't do anything. What are
Jen,
you talking about?
what does that mean?
What do you mean you didn't do anything? I know who that kid is. What do you mean you didn't do anything?
So many interesting things happen when we have these cold opens. But hey, let's not talk about that right now. Let's talk about the friends I have with me today on stream. We have playing Shuri and Azar, excuse me. I always take the short road on that one.
That's right.
Aaron.
Yep.
Playing King
How y'all
Bugman, we have Fargrim. Playing Mist, we have Jen. And playing M, we have Sage. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
I hope you all have had a splendid week off. A lot has happened in the last 2 weeks, which we will 100% get into. But before we do that, let's talk about some promotions. Sage, would you like to start us off?
Yes, thank you. I'm, for the record, still reeling. I'm not going to get over that. But hi, hello. You guys know me. I am Story Sage. On social media and on Twitch, I am Story Sage. You can find me everywhere, which is STORI Sage. We also have a Discord. We love to, honestly, we're just building up a safe space for all different types of people. Just for you guys to be yourself and have fun. And that's what we try to do is we talk about life and mental health and just all sorts of stuff. So we would love to have you come join us if you're interested at all.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. Anyone else have anything to promote? Fargrim, you got some stuff coming up?
Yes, this summer I'll be running 2 campaigns, hopefully. One of them for sure is a Daggerheart campaign. One shot, Aaron's in it. I'm excited. That's happening Wednesday the 17th at 8:30 p.m. EST. We need one more person. And that will, at the end of that one shot, will be my first ever Daggerheart campaign called Ashland Frontiers. I need people for that. If you like Native American folklore, Revolutionary time period, early Americas, piratey, Underworld, Red Dead Redemption, please come on down. We got some weird stuff going on. Coming in August on my birthday is a D&D campaign I'm doing called Call of the Ivory Throne. High fantasy, high levels. It's going to be a shorter campaign, hopefully. Just a few months. So hit me up if you're interested.
Outstanding. Anyone else? All right, I'll
I'm
go.
a person in places.
You have person in places?
I am a person in places.
You are. You are a
Yeah.
person in many, many places. But also here every other Tuesday with the rest of my friends. I have a few things that I want to announce. We have quite a few changes on the stream as of today. There's more coming up. We have, if any of you have watched us for any period of time, you may or may not know who our friend Raish Tharis is. He is our go-to lore guy. He is also a bot that stays on stream. You may see his name. You can now ask him a series of questions using a couple of different commands. !lore if you want to ask something specific to Arendor, or !DH if you want to ask a Daggerheart related question. You can absolutely do that. And as we've seen already on stream a couple of times, you have the opportunity to buy loot boxes for the people on stream using one of the power-ups. So we have a bronze, a silver, and a gold loot box. We've already seen a silver, which we're going to talk about. And then the Winds of Fate over here. Nope, here. When they count down, you can spend bits, power up to count them down. A large shift in the story will occur. We don't know what it is until we roll. We had one happen last week. It was outstanding. What else did I forget? Oh, we also are going to, as soon as I push the button, start community challenges. You can, because I feel like my players are spending too much money on giving each other hope and not enough on giving me fear. We're gonna start this community challenge where you can put money towards a platinum, a legendary, or a celestial loot box, which is going to be something really, really huge. You only have 30 days to do it, so I haven't pushed the button yet. But that is 100% going to happen at some point today. And last but not least, we're really, really excited to be partnering with Demiplane, who is giving us a bunch of free stuff to give away. So we're going to give away another Daggerheart digital copy, which is redeemable at the Demiplane Nexus, the Daggerheart Nexus. You can do that. You're going to see a prompt in the chat, ! Enter, I think it is. You'll see it. You can enter and you can win a free copy of Daggerheart. Something we're going to keep doing on these streams. I'm going to push the button in just a bit. But until then, I think that's it. Did I forget anything? Okay. So much has happened. I'm sweating.
Did you?
I'm sweating, and we haven't even started where we picked up.
Now that we're halfway through the session.
Now that we're halfway through the session. This really works out.
Take a break?
You want to take a break? Yeah, we could take a break. Sure, nothing.
It's like a tonal.
It is.
shift.
It is going to be a.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. It is a tonal shift. This worked out really well because Hal couldn't join us today. So, why don't we do that? Why don't we take a break and then we will be right back? Sounds good. All right. Stay tuned. Bye.
When the fire calls, we answer anyway. Oaths in our bones, flame in our hands. If the world turns, let it turn away. We'll burn brighter, we'll burn higher. Oh, fire, still running. When the fire calls, we answer anyway. Hands burn raw, but we don't let go. If the sky falls, let our oaths fall away. We're still standing in the afterglow.